Each one of us are the result of the habits we live by. The habits you feed will be the habits that win in your life. Habits are like seeds. You plant them and then they grow. Somebody has said that first we form habits, then they form us. First you form your habits and then they form you. Many times starting a habit is difficult, but once you start and you repeat, it becomes easy. It's like folding a paper. Once a paper is folded and a line, a crease is formed, a fold is formed, you open the paper and you spread it out, but the line is there. It has offered an easy way of repetition of that action. Folding papers, whether it's like an indenture or a big paper that has been folded. It's folded and it's spread out. You look at the paper and later you want to put it together. All you need to do is to find where the fold lines are. Habits are like that. Once you do them, a fold line has been created, and it makes it easy for you to go back and repeat it over and over again. They are like seeds. They grow. You form them, they will form you. If you don't control them, they will control you. One bad habit can ruin you for life. Habits are powerful, my friends. You can know you are going into fire and still enter into fire. There are 4 things that feed your habits, because a habit cannot grow unless it is fed. If you don't feed it, it will not grow. No matter how wild an animal is, even a lion, no matter how wild, a dog and a fox, whatever, if it's not fed, it's going to die. 4 things that feed your habits, both for good or for bad. The first is repeated action. Habits start with the first act. The first act opens the door, then a second act, then more acts follow. Usually the first act is the most difficult. A person who forms a habit of smoking started with the first cigarette. The person who can stop drinking alcohol started with the first drink. We are told that the average person needs 21 days of repeated action for a habit to be formed. So if you do it over and over and over, 21 days, 21 times, it's stuck with you. The first is repeated action. The second thing that feeds your habit is always supported by a culture, some friends, something you read, something you watch all the time, something you hear all the time, some people who come around you. And so far as you keep those people around you, the culture, the habit will be fed. It will be fed of habits. 4 things I want you to note about the power of habits. First is that habits overrule reason. Habits overrule reason. Have you done something that you know to be wrong? You know all the facts, and yet you kept doing it. Your mind, your reason, your intellect knows it, but your habits overrule your reason. We've seen it in the story of a person who goes to buy a box of cigarettes. Everything reasonable tells him this is going to kill you, but a habit overrules reason. Don't ever forget that. It's powerful. Habits overrule reason. Secondly, habits nullify intentions. You can have the best resolutions, whether a new year or whatever year, and find yourself moving the opposite direction of what you've resolved to do. Your intention is right, but your habits are wrong. So somebody may decide, I want to lose weight. You go to the doctor, and the doctor says, your blood pressure is shooting through the roof, and you need to stop eating ABC and lose weight, otherwise you can jeopardize your life. You know it, the facts. Your diabetes is hurting you because of this, and you say, I will live. That's an intention. But you find yourself sometimes almost miserably unable to resist your habits. So you're eating the things you know you must not eat. It doesn't mean you are mad. It's just that you have built a habit, and habits are stubborn things. But there is a way to break them. Because if they can be formed, they can be unformed. If they can be born, they can die. But a person can have a great intention. I want to lose weight, and still put on a lot of weight. Why does it happen? It's simply because there's been a repeated action. There is a familiar setting they haven't dismantled. So you find yourself sitting in the same place, cooking in the same pot, and doing certain things that are very familiar to you and help you to eat. Habits nullify your intentions. Habits drive your choices. Have you found yourself repeatedly making the same choices with negative consequences over and over again? The fourth thing about the power of habits is that habits enslave you. They control you. You may think that you are in charge of your habits, but in reality, you are under the control of your habits. You go to a circus and you see a big old elephant controlled by a small boy. Sometimes they've tied a very tiny rope around the elephant's leg, and the elephant obeys instructions. Why can't the elephant break free? Why does it stand stationary, tied to a rope? It can break, and a pillar or a stake, it can easily uproot. Because when the elephant is a child, as a tiny child, they tie the elephant to a tree with a strong chain. And it tries to move, but the chain stops it. It tries to move, the chain stops it. It tries to move, the chain stops it. It can't move the tree. It can't move the chain. And it grows 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. It gets used to the fact that it cannot break free. And the moment the masters of the elephant recognize that, they can see the point when the will of the elephant is broken by the habit, and then they take the chain off. Because at that time, you can just use any piece of thread to tie the elephant, and it will not break free, because it has surrendered. It happens to elephants. It happens to human beings. Many of us have given up. Our will is broken. We don't even want to try any longer, because anytime you try to move, you couldn't, because you have just surrendered. Your will is broken. It happens to us. It happens to me. It happens to humans, as it happens to elephants. How many jobs have been lost because of bad habits? How many minds wasted because of bad habits? How many diseases have we brought on ourselves because of bad habits? If we're going to live, we have to build our lives consciously around some habits. And although many of the habits in our lives are formed unconsciously, you can consciously form habits. And I'm going to just talk about 6 habit centers. And these are the centers of our lives that we need to consciously build. I want you to take time to think about these 6 centers, because you're going to start thinking about, what are my habits in these areas, and what habits do I need to break, and which ones do I need to build. The first center that we need to build habits around is our spiritual habits. They will determine how we live spiritually. Our spiritual habits will inform our character. Spiritual habits such as spiritual meditation. There are habits that we must form spiritually. Family habits would help us to build our homes. It will determine how we love our spouses, how we respect our spouses, how we train up our children, how we discipline our children, so we don't pass on the same negative habits we have to our children. Spiritual habits, family houses. The third is relational habits, how we relate to people. This will help us to work our friendships, our commitments, our loyalties. If all your friends are gossips, and you move and make more gossip friends, you have to start thinking, what is it about me that is attracting me to gossips? Why do I keep gravitating to these? Why do my friends always disappoint me? Why do my friends always let me down? Why do I trust people and they always fail? The fourth center is financial habits, how we handle money, habits of spending, habits of savings, habits of investment. Poverty most of the time is a habit. There are other things that can cause poverty. Definitely there can be inequity, inequality, injustice, unfairness in the distribution of resources in a location, and that can create poverty. But a lot of the time there are also personal habits that make us not able to handle money well. Money comes through us, but it flows out of us because we have bad spending habits, bad saving habits, bad investment habits. We need to replace them with good habits. The fifth is health habits, how we treat our bodies, eating, exercising, sleeping. You cannot always keep sickness away from you, but there is a lot you can do to make yourself healthier. There are things you do that will predispose you easily to some health challenges. We need to build habits around our health life. And the sixth area is our work habits. Our work habits, how we handle responsibility, time management, solving problems, team playing. All these are work habits we can have. Sometimes there are people who get fired. They lose their jobs almost all the time. Promotions never come to them. They are bypassed every time there is promotion. And much as sometimes it can be a conspiracy, it can be an attack and all of that, sometimes we have to examine, have we built habits that deny us promotion? Have we built habits that make people pass us by? Have we built habits that do not promote us but demote us? These are the 6 centers that we want to take a closer look at, and we want to look at them, and I want you to spend time looking at them and asking yourself, what are my habits in these areas? What habits have I formed? What are the wrong things I do here? What should be the right things I should be doing? I believe that if we consciously start building the right habits, we may not overnight change everything about our lives, but we'll start a process of change that will make success more predictable in our lives than it is now.